Hey everybody, it's Ted, the Buffalo Beauty Boy, and today I'm really excited to share my review of the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. And I have put this video off for a little while because I was really getting to know this product. I saw the launch and was absolutely enamored. It sounds like my dream foundation. Glowy, medium coverage, good for the skin, and it's Charlotte Tilbury. So this was ticking all of my boxes right away. And what really piqued my interest is that Charlotte Tilbury actually makes my favorite foundation, hands down, and that is the Light Wonder foundation. So I have the shade 3 Fair in the Light Wonder foundation and the shade 3 Neutral in the Beautiful Skin. This is a product that I know in and out. It's, like I said, it's my favorite foundation. So this sounded very similar, just right out the gate. So I was very excited to try it. And then, I was doing a little bit more research after the drop, and they featured a man in the campaign, and that just made me so incredibly happy because I love Charlotte Tilbury products. And as a man in the beauty sphere, when brands do showcase, men wearing and using their products, it kind of pulls, it pulls my heartstrings a little bit because I feel like, they're seeing me, even if it's not me, you know what I mean? So all of this is, suffice to say that, this sounded like an even better version of my favorite foundation in the world. And I got it and was immediately disappointed. I put it on with a brush the way that I typically do, and I didn't love the results. I didn't love the way that it blended. I didn't love the way that it melded into the skin. And then I was like, maybe I'll try my fingers. I'll try a finger application, and the same thing happened. And I did that, maybe 5 or 6 times. Like you can see, I've used a good bit of the product. And I was really getting frustrated. I was really kind of let down, and I've never been disappointed in a Charlotte Tilbury product. And then it hit me to use my sponge. And that's when everything changed. So after a big learning curve, I figured out that I love this foundation. However, for me, a sponge application is the only way. Where with this one, I can use my fingers, I can use a brush, I can use a sponge, I can use just about anything. So what I am going to do is swatch these on my hand just to show you the differences, because I do think that there's a lot different with them, but I don't think that you need both of them in your collection. So again, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder foundation, and this is currently my favorite foundation, in my entire collection. This is my go-to. I don't talk about it a ton on camera because it's a glowy, medium-y, dewy foundation. There's a ton of that, and I don't see a ton of people talking about this, so I feel like it might be something that I just love, that, maybe, I don't know, it's something that I love, but I don't feel like it generates a lot of buzz, where this had a lot of people talking. So I'm going to swatch them. I'll do the Light Wonder on this hand, and then I'll do the Beautiful Skin on this hand. This is the Light Wonder. You can see it really is like a liquidy, lotiony foundation. There's not a ton of body to it, and it blends out to, in my opinion, the lighter end of a medium coverage with a ton of glow. And that's a pretty good match for me. So Light Wonder is just really dewy, very light coverage. You know, just a great like everyday, almost skin tint. You know, just really, really easy. And then Beautiful Skin has this gorgeous pump application. And they have similar textures almost. The Beautiful Skin foundation, in my opinion, is a little bit like more of a traditional foundation texture. It's not as lotiony. It's more of that like pigment suspended in liquid, but it has a little bit more runny of a consistency, but it's definitely more pigmented. So I feel like this, immediately you can see it's a little bit more matte. It's not as dewy and reflective, and there's definitely more coverage. So this to me is like the higher coverage of medium. So where this is like, it's medium, this is like medium for sure. This is medium and she's letting you know it. And both of those were applied with a sponge just to kind of maintain continuity. So you can see, like, you can still see my veins a little bit, but you can see how dewy and beautiful that is on the skin. Where this one is a little bit more coverage, and it definitely has a bit of a reflective quality. Neither of these are like shimmery or glittery, but this one has almost like a skincare glow, where this one is really a perfected radiant base for a beautiful face of makeup. Face is primed, and I'm gonna go in with the Beautiful Skin foundation. This is the shade 3 Neutral. And I'm gonna take one full pump on the back of my hand. And I like to kind of work in a little bit of a layer all over the face first, because I find this does dry down. So I like to get just a nice little base layer everywhere. And then I go in with whatever's left on my hand and kind of fill in where I need a little bit more coverage. And I do try to be kind of precious applying it around my beard and my hairline and my eyebrows, because immediately the first time I applied it, I noticed it really tended to gather around any part of, you know, where hair met skin. So that is a very light application. And I lose coverage like right in here, and then my chin a little bit. So I'm gonna just go back in. And finish that. This is what it looks like completely applied. I have no bronzer, blush, anything on. This is just the foundation. And I think when it's on, it does wear very skin-like if you can get the application right. I found with a brush, I got like streaks. You could see the seam of where there was maybe more pigment versus where it was sheared out. So I definitely feel like a sponge is your way to go with this application. And I don't know if that's my favorite thing, because I personally feel like sponges are a little bit more fussy than using a brush. I don't know. That's just what I've found to be true. I don't necessarily feel like a sponge is the easiest application for me. But that being said, when I apply this, after a couple minutes, it does dry down and it lives very beautifully on the skin. So just even as I'm talking, you can see it's a little bit less dewy. but there is still a really healthy radiance and glow to the skin. So my Pillow Talk blush just shattered. I opened it and it was broken, and I just had to clean it up from my bathroom floor, my counter. I'm very sad. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Pillow Talk blush. I'm sure I'll pick up another one. I just, gutted. And I was literally at Sephora today. Well, now that I've got a bit of a face on, you can see that product really sits gorgeously over this foundation. I feel like the more you wear this foundation, the more it like melds with your skin and kind of settles in the most beautiful way. If you get that really beautiful sponge application over a really hydrated base, I feel like it wears really well. Controversial statement, I really liked the Influencer foundation from Sunday Riley. That was the first like high-end foundation that I ever bought and wore, and I actually used it up and I really enjoyed it. And this kind of reminds me of that foundation I just feel like I remember it being a little bit finicky, but once I found the proper way to apply it that worked for me and my skin, it was a go-to. It was so incredibly beautiful. So the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation is a belated win for me. I'm really, really happy to have it, and I don't know like what's gonna wind up on the editing room floor, but I said I think this is gonna be a great foundation for the summertime because it has that medium glowy, dewy quality to it, but it also has just a really nice like adhesive base. Like I feel like it really grips to the skin in a way that's very beautiful and very pleasing. It's not a medium foundation that's super glowy that just kind of sits and slides around. It does set down, it does adhere nicely, but it does so in a way that doesn't cling to fine lines or patches or anything like that. I think if you are looking for your medium dewy glowy base, but you want something that feels like makeup, not a tinted sunscreen or, something. You want something that really does feel like you're putting makeup on. This is it. And I believe it has like some really great skin loving ingredients. I know there's hyaluronic acid in there. So it's one that I feel comfortable putting on my face for a day. It's not one that I, want to wash off in 5 or 6 hours because it's one that I feel like you can put on and go about your day. You don't need to put it on for an event and then come home and really cleanse your skin. So yeah, Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin Foundation. This is what it looks like up close. And you can see I've got like a little bit of a spot going there. A little bit on my eye, but it just really melts in and blends really nicely. So yeah, I'm sorry that this is super late, but it took me a little while to figure out. And once I did, I'm really pleased with the results. Thank you so much for coming to hang out. Thank you for, showing me a little bit of love. And I hope that this review was helpful. I hope that, you found this video enjoyable. If you did, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that thumbs up. It really helps so much. And if you made it to the end, as always, thank you so much. I hope that you're taking care of yourselves. I hope that you're showing yourself the same kindness and love that you show everybody else. And most importantly, I hope you remember that you're made of gold. Until next time.